어려운 영어 질문을 자신감 있어 보이게 대답하는 영어 표현을 몇 가지 가르쳐 드리겠습니다. I'm Josh. I teach at splashenglish.com. I'm going to teach you these English phrases that will help you answer difficult and challenging questions. Imagine you're at a job interview and the hiring manager asks you a difficult question. How do you answer it? Let's say you're giving a presentation and someone from the audience asks you a question. How do you answer it? Sometimes you get intimidated by these difficult questions. Maybe you'll get nervous. But when you use one of these phrases, it will change your attitude around and you will feel even more confident. And better yet, you will feel smarter when you use these English phrases. So, without any further ado, the English phrases that will make you feel more confident. Phrase number 1. I'm glad you asked that question. When someone asks you a difficult question, you don't want to show that you're nervous. In order to stay put and confident, just say this phrase. I'm glad you asked that question. It makes you appear as though you are confident. And I hope you really are. Let me show you an example. This is at an English job interview.
Describe a decision you made that was a failure.
When the hiring manager asks you this question, this is what you might be thinking inside your head.
Oh, come on, don't ask me that question. I don't want to tell you about my failure. Come on.
But you're smarter than that. So you say,
I'm glad you asked that question because there was one failure point in my past experience which completely changed the way I think about business. When I was working for Acme Corp.
When you say, I'm glad you asked that question, you show that you're ready. You show that you welcome the challenging question. Phrase number 2. That's an interesting question. When you use this phrase, you're acknowledging the question, and also you're buying some time to think about the answer to the question. Let me show you an example.
If you were an animal, what would you be?
This is what you might be thinking inside your head.
That's a really silly question. I can't believe I'm in a room with you and talking about what animal I want to be. Come on.
So you say,
That's an interesting question. If I were an animal, I guess I would be a wolf. And the reason is because a wolf is...
So next time somebody asks you a question, which might not be your favorite question, you could simply say, that's an interesting question. And then you proceed and answer the question. Phrase number 3. It's interesting you mentioned that. The reason why this phrase is great is because you're making an immediate connection with you and the other person. And as you're saying this phrase, you're looking for that keyword within the question which you can use to construct your answer. Let me show you an example.
We're looking for someone who is organized, but also creative and flexible.
This is what you might be thinking inside your head.
Yeah, that's me. I'm so organized, I'm so creative, and I'm so flexible. That's me. I got this job, yeah.
So you say,
That's interesting you mentioned that because when I was working for Acme Corp, I was recognized for my organizational skills and my creativity. We had a launch which resulted in $300,000 in revenue. And
when you use this phrase, I'm glad you mentioned that. Recognize the other person's concerns. And also, in a job interview, demonstrate your qualities by telling a story and giving specific examples from your past experience. So those are 3 phrases that you can immediately start using today. I'm glad you asked that question. That's an interesting question. It's interesting you mentioned that. When you use these 3 phrases, it gives you more time to think, you can construct an answer, and also you will not lose confidence. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. And also, there's a part 2 to this video, so if you want to learn more, study more, go ahead and click that link. Thanks for watching, bye-bye.
That's a really silly question. I can't believe I'm here with you talking about animals. Come on.